Good evening, everyone. What's up? I just ate a satisfying meal and topped it off with a measly dessert. This is Mr. Hata speaking. This is the third part of the Top 25 Worst SpongeBob Episodes, second edition. Now we're in the top 35. Number 35 is Choir Boys from 2008, Season 6. Squidward is on his way to choir practice, but SpongeBob is depressed because Patrick is at some family reunion, leaving him with nothing to do. Nothing to do? Well, couldn't he just clean his room, or go to the Krusty Krab, or go to Goo Lagoon, or go to Jellyfish Fields, or anywhere in town? Better yet, Glove World? You get the point. So, he is dumb enough to ask Squidward, "Can I come?" The answer is no, absolutely not. It is enjoyable to see Squidward say no to him at least 5 times. Then, even though he was told to not come, he was not allowed to come, SpongeBob follows Squidward after being told where he's going. He won't stop being so bothersome to Squidward, even him getting stung by jellyfish. Out of nowhere, SpongeBob shows up to stop Squidward so he can sing right in front of him, but is stopped. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, SpongeBob has the magical ability to sing so well that jellyfish carry him. At rehearsal, Squidward can't seem to sing well at all, but SpongeBob arrives with a beautiful voice. As a reward, he is a soloist. The end could have been worse. SpongeBob should have minded his own business and stayed depressed. How on earth does he have the ability to sing so well just for this one episode? This was such a boring episode. Number 34 is Spy Buddies from the end of July 2007, Season 5. This episode had so much potential, but let's see why it sort of failed and it made this list. Mr. Krabs was disguised as Plankton to see if the formula is safe. A shadow of Plankton is seen, but all of a sudden it's Mr. Krabs. Plot hole. SpongeBob turns on the light in dead darkness and asks Mr. Krabs what he is doing. According to him, Plankton has not tried to steal the formula for over a month. However, that remains suspicious. Mr. Krabs wants SpongeBob to spy on Plankton, which Squidward refuses to do. Then Patrick comes and says that he can see SpongeBob through a straw for no reason at all. SpongeBob tells Patrick, "Guess what? I'm a spy!" And that makes Patrick want to be a spy too. So they are spy buddies. The customers can hear that. Wait, what? I thought that was the middle of the night. Plot hole again. Due to their obnoxiousness, Mr. Krabs tells them to be quiet and gives them a Krabby Patty that has instructions. After the Krabby Patty gives them a mission, it explodes. But Patrick and SpongeBob run around until it does. Sandy shows him spy gear, such as a magnifying glass, a camera that can fit up one's nose, a jetpack, Bermuda shorts with walkie-talkies, and even a knockout ray. Just as expected, Sandy does not find it too trustable and laughs. To sneak them out, Patrick uses the knockout ray to knock out Sandy. Next, they spy on Plankton. Meanwhile, Mr. Krabs asks Minnie. That's an understatement. He asks way too many questions. Oh, what's he doing now? He's looking for baby clothes and buying a stamp. It is unknown why he even does those. SpongeBob and Patrick follow Plankton, thinking they are not noticeable, but he orders them to keep it down. When he is just barely even getting away because he's on fire, they think it's right to use the jetpack for what? That was utterly unnecessary. That was not even an absolute emergency, so they burn Plankton for the second consecutive time. Then they crash and lose the jetpack. What an utter waste. What one may find agreeable is that these two imbeciles aren't trustable at all, nor will they ever will be at this point. So they wasted tons of money, basically. What's next? To the Spy Mobile, where the options are mines, oil slick, shield, and without even bothering to think just a bit, Patrick just sees self-destruct and presses it for no reason at all. Maybe because it's funny. And the Spy-Mobile self-destructs. All the two imbeciles do is sit there and laugh like it was some funny joke. Wait a minute, that was so unfunny. Self-destruct? Seriously, why on earth is there self-destruct on a Spy-Mobile? I know why. The writers were trying to put minimal effort, so if Patrick just presses the self-destruct, they won't have to put effort into the Spy-Mobile part. Patrick Star, you are a waste of space. Why did you think it was funny? Why? Answer me, you fat pink numbskull. Just as I thought. You can't. This was not a laughing matter, and this is certainly not a playtime for poopy babies. After that, Mr. Krabs calls the two and is displeased to hear that they have lost Plankton, which is all entirely their fault. Later that night, the two go to the chum bucket when Patrick suggests they use the front door that's open. According to SpongeBob, spies use secret entrances only. Once they're in, Patrick was so obnoxious that he yelled, "You need to be quiet. We're on a secret mission." Patrick Star, you, sir, are a hypocrite and you need to be quiet. So you shut up already and think a bit. Yeah, shut up already. No one likes you. Consequently, Plankton catches them, but thinks they're customers and wants to interest them in the menu. You want to eat at the chum bucket without your boss knowing. Karen, we have a customer. Meanwhile, and out of nowhere, Patrick has to go number 2, but can't hold it in. At last, instead of going number 2, he poops out lasers all over the place. That destroys the chum bucket, making Plankton declare war on Mr. Krabs. It's time for vengeance. If it's war you want, it's war you get. Mr. Krabs arrives at his battle station, telling Plankton to bring it on. To drive out Mr. Krabs' customers, Plankton plays music that everyone hates. The war is on, well, until the Krusty Krab is obliterated. Plankton says triumphantly, "I win! I always win!" Mr. Krabs was disguised as Plankton all along. How on earth is that even possible? How on earth can he fit in such a small body? A plot hole? The other Mr. Krabs is a robot controlled by Plankton from Imitation Krabs. There was another plot hole when it was supposed to be the middle of the night and then it was suddenly morning. Apparently there was a bet between them. According to Krabs, Plankton attempted to steal the formula for 20 years, almost having it 37 times. There's a flashback shown of Mr. Krabs bragging to Plankton that he always wins, while Plankton is sobbing like a crybaby. In other words, he was enjoying Plankton's misery. Sadist. Do you know what? Yeah, that's sad. That's just sad. That's so sad. As loser, Plankton must pay Mr. Krabs $1. Patrick takes off his body in a Squidward. The other, real Squidward, is not wearing a disguise. The fake Squidward is Sandy. Then rips off his body in a SpongeBob. Patrick is SpongeBob. SpongeBob is Patrick. The episode ends off with two Patricks laughing. Well, that's all I have to say for this video. Sorry Spy Buddies took so long. There was just a lot to speak of in this episode because there was a lot for just 11 minutes. The plot was pretty big, so the 4th part will be coming out pretty soon. See you on the 4th part of the top 45 worst SpongeBob episodes. By the way, there will be a 3rd edition of this video called the top 15 worst SpongeBob episodes. Then there might be a top 25 best SpongeBob episodes. And maybe I will do the top 10 worst, absolute worst SpongeBob episodes of all time. Okay, look at the time. I gotta go to bed. See you on the next video. Good night.